Hello, everybody. My name is Gail Niksic. I'm the Vice President of Elderwerks Educational Services. We are a non-for-profit. We do senior care coordination, advocacy, and education. And I'm happy to present today on Aging Well at Home for the Wintrust Platinum Adventures Travel and Activity Club. So I hope you enjoy the presentation, and thank you again for joining us. So today's agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about stay social, challenges of aging in place, strategies to safely remain in the home, the inexpensive methods to adapt current living spaces, explore home modifications that make sense, and plan for future needs. So by 2025, 1 in 4 drivers will be 65 and older. More than 50% of non-drivers 65 today do not leave their homes most days. And given the fact that we are in Chicago, we know that that happens a lot. Losing the ability to drive safely is a detriment to one's independence, and the lack of transportation options also result in isolation. Let's talk a little bit about social isolation. That leads to depression, loneliness, entrapment in one's own home, decline in health, decline in mental status, decline in physical status, can cause long-term illness, and also result in unhealthy habits. So let's get social. What are some of the things you can do? Well, there's so many opportunities. There's religious organizations, senior centers, other educational opportunities, clubs, transportation. You can also do a lot of exercise by yourself. There's some YouTube programs out there that you can engage with those opportunities. The point is you want to stay connected, and you also want to volunteer when you're able to. Socialization, there's a lot of engagement. So that might be the following: in local senior communities, restaurants, events, support groups. You can also participate via computer and the smartphone, and social media. What are some of the virtual connections? They do normal events together. You can watch, you can get instruction by baking a cake or baking something with grandchildren. There's family games. You can go to the church or a synagogue. You can watch an opera or play or a musical. You can volunteer or participate in a charity event. You can also create a cookbook. Wouldn't that be nice to have something with generations of recipes from family members? Some of the other socialization clubs, there's AMVETS, Vietnam Vets, American Legion, VFW, the Moose Lodge, Lions Club, Rotary. Again, church and the synagogue, great gathering places. Other groups of interest, sewing, painting, gardening. So let's talk about the GrandPad, which is made for the whole family. It is so nice. The technology has come out with something like this. So what it's able to do is you can just tap a picture to make a call. How about that for a large screen image, just telling you what to do? You can send and receive emails. You can view family photos and videos, take and share pictures, and you can get the weather for you and your family. And you can also tap and get a favorite song and other fun single and multiplayer games. This is at grandpad.net. There's also some accessibility apps for hearing. That's edtechpicks.org. Take a look at that, and they will show some of the opportunities there for those needing additional services for hearing impaired. Some of the ways to stay connected are not only on the smartphone, but your computers and tablet to communicate via email, text, video, instant message loved ones, FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, and so many others. Really important to know that Facebook, a lot of people are questioning on how do you protect your privacy. So you definitely want to make sure you do the following. You just don't want to connect with anybody you don't know. Just follow friends and family and post, photos from events, and then post and read personal connections. But that certainly is a great way to stay connected. Reminder again, privacy is extremely important. You can also set it up where you only have your friends and family view your posts. Twitter, another way to keep in the know about interesting news and articles from people you know and respect. You can also follow people you want to read about. You can post tweets about interesting things happening in your life. The other sites are LinkedIn, there's Pinterest, YouTube, Etsy. There's just so many host of different channels out there. Some of the other senior-friendly sites that you want to access possibly are the Illinois Department on Aging, seniornet.org, which provides older adult education for and access to computer technologies to enhance their lives and enable them to share knowledge and wisdom. AARP always updates their website with pertinent information for all seniors, medical resources for specific illnesses and concerns. And there's a lot of brain games out there to keep you, again, engaged. So let's talk about the secure websites. A lot of people are afraid to click on certain things, not knowing where that website will lead to. So take a look at a website. For example, let's use elderwerks.org. In the browser bar, just know, you see that little lock there? That's what they call the SSL, Secure Sockets Layer, and its successor, TLS, Transport Layer Security. So that's the extra layer of protection that you know that it is a secure site. You will always see this lock at any of the bank sites that you go to. So you want to make sure that it has there before you click on anything, so you're not going to any unauthorized sites. Okay, avoid clickbait and viruses. So what does this mean? Is that you never, ever want to click on a pop-up ad. Just close it. You can view it on your screen, but just don't open it. Don't believe what you read when things just pop up. There's a way of capturing information of where you've been, so that's why you do not want to click on it. Only open emails from trusted sources and items you're expecting. PDF files typically are safest. Don't friend anyone unless they know many of your friends or you initiate it. When in doubt, ask a 10-year-old. Let's talk about safety first. There's also a do not call registry. You see the number on here, 888-382-1222. We all get a lot of those spam calls, so just make sure that it's a number that's not recognizable. You do not want to answer it, but try to register on the do not call registry if you can. You want to remove your name from mailing lists, so you can also use this address, Mail Preference Service Direct, Mail Marketing Association, P.O. Box 9008, Farmingdale, New York, 11735-9008. Safety. Many older adults want to age in place, and we understand that. Stay in your own homes when you get older. But you may have concerns about safety, getting around, and may need help in the future with daily activities. Plan now. Aging in place. Aging in place is not about remaining in a house, it's about remaining in control as circumstances change in whatever environment is considered home. Aging in place is a continuum, not an event in time. Your needs will change. Your plan needs to address your current needs as well as plan for future requirements. So it's a great opportunity to learn about strategies to safely remain in the home. You want to discover some inexpensive methods that could adapt to your current living spaces and also explore some home modifications that make sense. Activities of daily living. So that includes bathing, showering, dressing, meal preparation, managing your medications. And that would include also the transferring from a better chair and using the bathroom safely, remembering to take medications, extremely important. Some of the barriers to aging in place. That would include lack of resources, some complex health and housing needs, difficulty navigating the system, reluctance to accept current and future limitations. Home is not safe. Government programs are available. Many people cannot afford the home modifications and home-based services necessary to help them age in place, although there are some. Non-compliance. For many reasons, people would benefit from an aging in place plan, will not accept one. They say, I'm fine. They understand the risk and consequences, but take no action. And that in itself is hard for a lot of people to understand, but you will always find some people will just say, I'm fine. Risk, it's also seen as a negative. Risk can also result in positive risk, upside risk. Aging in place environments should support your needs, including, again, ADLs and independent ADLs. Positive, meaningful experience supersede the risk. Again, plan your future. Aging in place can be your future. Know your risks, resources, and financial options. Circumstances may change, adapt, and evolve your plan in the future. Successful aging in place. You want to retain control, accept help. It's okay to ask for help. Manage the home, maintain the home, live their lives well. It's all about planning. Let's talk a little bit about services that are available. So there's an organizer. That is someone who will make sure the house is clutter-free, clean, and safe. And that includes the exterior of the home. So let's say, there's steps and you need some cleaning around, if there's snow around there, you want to make sure everything in the interior and the outside of the home is safe. A professional caregiver, either hire a caregiver or suggest family members to assist with the ADLs, activities of daily living. Senior services, Catholic charities, use local service programs, money managers. They can be a great asset. They can also be a game changer. You're having yourself flustered with not sure about bills and how to manage them, something that you want to get on a system. They can help you with all of that. And then a trusted handyman, someone as the home continues to age. There are also invariably, there are some projects that need to be done around the house. So again, you want to enlist the help of a handyman. The services able to assist you. There's a lot of nutritional programs out there. There's a lot of places that will deliver all these nutritional programs to you. There's transportation. There's the village or city's directory of services. You can access them online. Go to your website of your township, find those services online. There's also visiting nurses, clergy, counselors. Keep those resource numbers handy within reach. Other service providers, there's a maid service. Again, when it gets to be a hardship to clean your home on a regular basis, why don't you have a maid service come in and help you with that task? Elder law attorneys, accountants, financial advisors, trust officer, ombudsman, fire and police departments. The fire and police departments are there for residents, especially our older adults. So, who do you trust? Who is your power of attorney? Do you have a living will? What do you want as you age? How Are you going to adapt to make your home to make it safer as you age? Why do you want to stay at home? If you can see in these photos, there's things to consider when you live at home. You want, in the top photo, the smooth threshold is the ideal situation. The one with the big X on there with uneven thresholds causes falls. You definitely do not want to have them. Now, until it gets repaired, remodeled or adapted, you might want to put some paint or the nice big blue tape on there so you can see them, or something yellow so you can see it at night, but those are not your friend. Light switches. So there's a few photos here that show you some ideal lighting, and you want to make sure they're large and easy to press, and you don't have to search for where the on-off switch is. The photo in the last one is really an older one. The 2-panel ones are the ones that people use when they do some remodels on their home. So those are your best choices there. Other lighting. You could install higher wattage bulbs for better lighting or replace old fixtures. Night lights and motion sensor lights throughout the house. Technology is a wonderful thing. These are all, maybe you were only used to seeing a night light, and there's here something that looks like a night light, but it's actually a motion sensor light in the first photo. The second is a motion sensor bath light. And then there's a hallway motion sensor light. Ideal, these are not very expensive, but they certainly can help as you get up in the middle of the night. Handles, there's a lot of handles to choose from. So the ones that again are X'd out are not your ideal choices. You want doorknobs to be changed out with lever handles, so it can be easily be able to push up or down. You want to paint the top half of a wall different color than the bottom. Why is this contrast important? Again, it shows a difference in the color, so you know that that is a wall surface. And you also might want to install a handrail to distinguish the top color from the bottom color or other surfaces. Functional furniture. The furniture really needs to be functional. You want to purchase sofas with arms that are firm and higher on the floor so you can sit up and get up easily and get back down, but you don't have to use other added devices to get up. So it's all about not only the comfort, but functionality. Round furniture. It's safer and it helps with the flow of the room. So take a look at these photos. The first one and the middle one, you see how the round table is right between the couch and the chair and the desk. But that really is quite safe. And it's really a great surface. So that's what you want to look at. And it does help with the flow. Let's talk a little bit about removing clutter and hazards. You want to declutter your house. You want to put useful items in easy access areas, install pull-out shelves, and you want to remove loose cords from radios, hair dryers, and they should all be removed from the walkways. Get rid of those throw rugs that don't have a surface in the bottom where it stays on the ground. You want to have warm tones like reds and yellows are easiest to see when your eyes are declining in terms of failing. So position furniture to minimize glare. Kitchens, there's a lot to do in your kitchens. You can put some non-slip bats. You can check the thresholds around dining areas that have easy clearance for mobility. Night lights and motion sensors in the kitchen as well are very useful. But you want to make sure you put items you are using a lot in a very easy, accessible area, but pull-out shelves are your friend. There's also assistive grab devices. So if something just is not easy to get to, you want to use that grab device. And the shelf is just a little bit too high from you, don't risk getting on a step stool. You want to use that assisted grab device. Portable timers to track cooking food. No loose fitting clothes in the kitchen, not a good idea. That could catch on things. You want to use grippers to open lids. There's all sorts of grippers out there. They come in all shapes and sizes, non-slip bowls, cups, and things like of that nature. This is a safe kitchen. Look how nice this is. It's ADA compliant. There's just, many ways that you can modify the kitchen that's best used for an individual, perhaps in a wheelchair, but you can see where the height variances are for all of these appliances. Grab bars by the commode in the shower are probably also such a great thing to have. People don't necessarily think about that, but as long as you're going to do some adapting the home, you want to make sure you can put that close in the shower, also at the commode. But here are some, and the elevated seats on the commode, or a hydraulic assistance device. But those are really good devices to have in the bathroom. Same thing with the faucet, should be levers, not knobs. Those are really important. Plastic cups, bright colors. I know that you see that, you're probably laughing when you see that purple toilet seat cover and the blue, but they're really are functional. Higher watt bulbs, a bath bench or chair with a non-slip feet. And those are more and more common that you see. You can actually flip up that bath bench, which you can get that modification made, but it takes up less room once you pick it up. But as you shower, you can sit down on it, and it's really quite an added piece to your shower that will help you. The slippery surfaces are quite a bit of a hazard. Non-slip stickers in the tubs and showers, or non-slip coatings are helpful. Those coatings, maybe you've seen them also even in garages, but they're really important to put in the shower. You just really want to make sure it's safe. You want to eliminate uneven floor surfaces and thresholds. So here is a picture of a non-slip square shower mat, and then the non-slip bathroom floor, which is the coating on there. Stairs. So there is, using the handrail, you can also install a chair lift. You also can wear those gripper socks. If you've seen a lot of those, they just have the little dots on the bottom of the socks, but those certainly help when you're going up and down the stairs. You definitely don't want to have any clutter on the stairs or near your stairs. Once again, good lighting is extremely important. Apply stickers that have coarse coating to prevent slipping on wood stairs. I actually have to tell you that we actually just put some threads on our wood stairs just because we want to prevent any possible falls in our own home. So those are some things to consider. In the bedrooms, you want to remove throw rugs or tack them down. Always remove clutter, and make sure the bed is low enough to easily slide on and off. Put a light on within reach. The phone should be close by as well. An emergency pull cord or pendant should be close to the bed. We can talk a little bit about the emergency pull cords and pendants, but there's all sorts of devices that are utilized for emergency use near your bed. The night lights and motion sensor lights again. Familiar photographs and decorations, and safety floor mats with alarms and bed alarms. So those are two illustrations there. So again, about the emergency systems, there's so many different ones with technology today. The personal emergency response systems. You can also get the window and door alarms. There's an Apple Watch. Even with the Apple Watch, quite honestly, there is a GPS on it. If there is a situation where one were to fall, not only is 911 contacted, but another emergency contact after that. But there's many devices out there. You can also get some hidden cameras. So there's quite a different ones out there. There is actually a first alert smoke detector with a camera. Here's some products for you to look at that are commonly purchased for those with dementia and Alzheimer's disease. There's a bed and chair alarm, safety floor mat with alarm, a wander guard, Find My Friends, Zuby, which is a tracker. So again, items specifically for individuals with dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Going back to some faucets, isn't this nice? A glowing soap bottle right here at the counter, touchless faucets, automatic soap dispensers, lighted switch captioning telephones. Durable medical equipment. There's so many different ones out there. There's some basic ones that we're used to seeing, and there's additional ones with some bells and whistles on it, but just know that there's a whole product line for durable medical equipment. A lot of people ask about medication reminder products. And again, this really can be a game changer when people are concerned about making sure their loved one and gets the medications when they're supposed to. So there are standard pill boxes. There are ones that when it is time, setting up, like the one on the bottom right, when it's time, it's all set and scheduled for when it's time to take a medication. So let's say at 9 o'clock in the morning, a whistle goes off and out pops the drawer with the medication in there. So again, there's prepackaged items that already come, and you have to take those every day at the same time. But again, there are lots and lots of different reminders, packs for medication. A lot of people today are using telehealth, telemedicine, and teletherapy. So how does this essentially work? It's basically having an appointment, and it's using it via Zoom, FaceTime, any of the devices, but the person isn't coming to the home. Let's talk a little bit about fall detection. So here in the Emerald, it monitors devices and detects a change in behavior, such as a lack of movement or change in gait that predict the probability of a fall. Then there is the smartwatches, and there's also life alert pendants and wristbands. So look at these numbers in terms of the age 65, 1 out of 3 people fall each year. The age is 72 and over falls every 2 years, and the age 80 and over people fall every year. Sometimes it's hard to cook, clean the house, fix things, answer the doorbell, bathe, take care of wounds, do physical therapy, drive appointments, and shop. So you're on your own, and we know it's hard. This is interesting. I don't know if anyone has read about some of the inclusive community programs. There's Alzheimer's friendly communities. They've actually done this one in the Netherlands, Alzheimer's villages. So they are models that we don't specifically have here yet, but those are things that are being considered or urban planners are looking at. You may want to consider home service agencies. So those are your home care non-medical caregivers. And then there's the home health agencies that could come out and help with physical, speech, or occupational therapy. There's also the nutritional programs that we talked about. People will have food delivered, but it will be a nutritional program set specifically for your diet, your needs, and what you're interested in. There's also transportation programs, social service programs, other outside professional services, and there's also considering moving to a new community. It's okay to ask for help. So do enlist the help of others when you are considering this. As we age, we must consider that we may not be able to stay home well. If alternative housing is required, the following are some of the things to consider before you are moving. Now, of course, not every community is the same. Personalities, employees, residents, and values. You always have a choice. You want to make sure what services and amenities are you looking for, and of course, what you can afford. And there's a lot of things that can help you with these points to consider, and especially now when you could take a virtual tour of these communities, and you can see all the amenities and what's included and what an actual community. I'm hoping you paused. Seriously? Seriously? 2 slides back and they have to bark. Let me go back. You might go back to the other slide.
That's fine. I'm going to make that into a meme.
Oh, you are?
A meme. Put it on the internet.
So I finished that slide though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to open the door. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Really? Really? Okay, I just great. You have to have an issue. You there? Where'd you go?
I'm here. It's just muted.
Oh,
I'm here. No worries.
okay.
I'm going to delete all of this out when you're ready. So I like the way you're doing this. This transitions one you're an expert in. You really don't need to read it verbatim. Well, you know, you are an expert. So you want to do this one again, or you want to move on?
I want to do this one.
Okay. You're recording, so I'm going to mute.
So in conclusion, let's plan for the unexpected as we age. It helps us avoid a crisis. Looking at all the possibilities will help you plan for future needs. Just know that you're not alone, and there are so many people out there that can help you through this process. Never, ever think that you're alone in this. Always ask questions. Be mindful. There are opportunities, but everything is always about your choice and what you would like in going forward. I want to thank you for viewing this presentation today and appreciate your time. Please do know if you have any questions, Elderwerks Educational Services is a complimentary service to all families, helping you with all resources out there. Feel free to reach out to us directly so we can answer any question you might have. Thank you again.